unextinguished arrows start big fires. They were allowing all the lusts that are ever within us to inflame them. Always remember, unextinguished arrows, allowing Satan to shoot and for that arrow to not be extinguished by fleeing to God will cause big flames and fires in our life. A German pastor, you know him, his name was Dietrich Bonhoeffer, wrote on this topic in 1945, just before he was hung for his faith. And he wrote this, in our members, he's talking about our flesh, there is a slumbering inclination toward desire that is both sudden and fierce. With irresistible power, desire seizes mastery over our flesh. Now, James put it this way, every man is tempted when he's drawn away his own lust and enticed. And then when lust has conceived, it brings forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, brings forth death. What he says is the flesh is always here. We're tempted to go the flesh's way, and when our will chooses to go that way instead of fleeing to God, what's conceived between our will and our flesh is sin. When we willfully go that way, the conception is sin. And sin, when it is finished, brings forth death. It destroys our fellowship. It destroys the work of the Spirit of God communing with us and leading and directing. And we stifle, we quench, sabaomai. We put out the fire of the Spirit in our life, and we get cold and deadened. There's always a consequence. Bonhoeffer goes on, all at once a secret smoldering fire is kindled. The flesh burns and soon is in flames. It makes no difference whether it is sexual desire or ambition, whether it is vanity or desire for revenge, whether it is a love of fame or of power or a greed for money, or even that strange desire for the beauty of the world and of nature. But in that instant, joy in God is extinguished. See, either God extinguishes the fiery dart of desire, or joy in God is extinguished. Only two choices on the shelf, pleasing God or pleasing myself. And Bonhoeffer concludes with this, God becomes quite unreal. He loses all reality, and only our desire as a creature is real. And the only reality is the devil. Satan does not here fill us with hatred of God, but of forgetfulness of God. Wow. Do you see why electronica is aiding us in forgetfulness of God? You know, I carry an idol in my pocket, just like most of you. But you know what? When I have time at the stoplight or standing at Starbucks or whatever in the endless lines of life, I've applied to the back of my $600 idol some Scotch tape. And I've put the verses that I want God to deeply write on my heart so that while everybody else is looking at their phone, I can look at mine too. Blend right in with them. Except they go, what is that? I say, you want to read it? Might be the only time someone have ever read the scriptures in their life. And then the inevitable question, if they're not instantly repulsed, they go, why? What is that? Why are you doing that? And once again, I have a divine appointment. Do you think anybody's going to come over to you while you're, playing a game and say, why are you doing it? They know why you're doing that. They do it. But if you listen to the still small voice of God, you would not believe how many doors he will open